Good morning, guys. I want to make sure this camera was working because it kept acting up, jumping up and down, and all this other stuff that doesn't do any of that stuff with well, any of the other times I ever use it. So I want to show you guys. I took it apart. It's die cast, real thick wall die cast, by the way. It's so I sprayed with the rattle can, and I masked off an area so it would look kind of um, like they're doing body work to it. And my wife's son has just found this type of a, not really rat rods, but like, for lack of a better word, I guess rat rods. But I wanted to show you how I do something that's kind of unique, and I don't know if you know. Anyway, so what I did is I masked this off and I sprayed it, and it dried right away. Yeah, and I take. Here we go. I don't have one that's real close. I used to years ago. Used to be able to just dump it right onto the pallet. And then I cut a little squeegee size, um, little squeegee size piece of cardboard. And that way, I don't know if it's showing it or not. So I'll move it down just a hair. Mix it up kind of like Bondo. Put it on there. And get excess off or whatever you want to do there. And then I like to move it from the bottom up, but just because this has such a convex curve right now, I'm going to do it in a couple different ways. But it's pretty realistic as being Bondo. There we go. In the body shops, you want to go from the bottom up, and you always want to go vertical. You never want to go horizontal. If I've ever seen any Bondo work where a person goes horizontal like this, and I saw a 55 Chevy Nomad, and they went just strips of the whole thing lengthwise, and it's like, oh my god. What? Oh man, yeah, he won 2,500, and it's like, no, man, that was back in the 80s. So here we go, and just schlock it, schlock. It don't have to be pretty. It don't have to be anything pretty. You just do that, and then with my, let's see, here we go. I'll take different kinds of. There's two different flavors of apple barrel paints. So what I'll do is I'll take the lighter colors and I'll move toward the dark, and I'll show you what I mean there. Because I've been working with this a little bit. Do the light colors first, and then I do the darker colors just more close to the rust. I ran my little diamond bit on it a minute ago, and I realized this is plastic in real life, and it would never rust like this. But we're talking about a 3-year-old that has just discovered this, and he wants it rusty. So that's what he gets. And then you work darker, and you don't cover so much. And if it looks like, oh, I put too much on there, and dab with your finger, the finger took off the majority of it. Okay, got that going on. Don't want to touch it and smear it about. Don't want to smear it about. Okay, here we go. go. Do the same over here. And good to see you, Mars. It's very nice to see you again, my friend. Here we go. I don't know if the camera's jumping around, but it does when I try to take a video on my channel, on Tammy's channels, everything else, it's steady and clear as can be. I could see the pores on her face on her Zoom appointments. It's the same equipment that she's been using for 3 years. And I, as well, have been using it for 3 years, but it bounces, jumps, goes out of focus all the time. It does all sorts of stuff that isn't really from my equipment, but okay. Here we go. Yeah, it's clear as a bell. You could see the pores on her face. So I would have to say that, yeah, I don't want to touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Okay, is what I'm going to do, because Tammy's son, Nick, said that he plays pretty rough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear coat it with matte. Okay, put the lids back on these. That's what I mixed for my Bondo, but years ago, talking 20 years ago, I had the right color. It looked like Bondo. I did a Henry J in 2005, so it was exactly 20 years ago. And I just poured it right out onto a lid and used it, and made my little squeegees. I use them cereal boxes, Cheez-It, all sorts of fun stuff there. Here we go. Look at that. Yeah. So what I'm going to do, well, I got to remask this, but I got to dull coat it, and then I'll peel this off carefully, and then voila. I think we're going to be done. Well, crap. No. I always keep several blacks because use tons. Oh, here's that color right there, Bondo. It's like a flesh tone. But anyway, I don't have it laying around here anywhere anymore. Shit, I assure you that was like 15 years ago. But anyway, let's try this out. This, and this. And is what I like to do is I like to do the lighter colors and then go darker. Make sure you guys can see it. Oh, too, I didn't let you guys see the. There we are. Where I hit with the. Is what they've done is they've painted these with powder coat, so it's real thick and very durable for kids' use. I can certainly understand that. There we are. Now that will be more realistic rust. Well, too much black. All right. But you want to go black toward the middle. Just little dots. You don't have to do anything special. Yeah, just kind of schlock it. I'm going to get that all over the place, and it will. And that will look like a fingerprint. I don't want that. Fingerprint, not in the scale. All right. There we are. It's a little bit there, and there. There we are. Okay, now go do the other side carefully. Okay, here we are. Those baby. Right. I was listening to Salt and Pepper right before this video. Ooh, baby, baby. Ooh, baby, baby. Do, 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 do. Push it. Push it real good. See, and then that seems like too much. My lungs are 14 and a half inches long. So I have to exhale in order to bend over like that. And I can't hold my breath for long or I will pass out. And that's a whole nother fun for a whole different day, kids. There we are. I got my title from Larry. I saw Larry's video earlier and I'm like, oh, Mars. It's that time of year for Mars. Rust group build. And wow, what a perfect opportunity to do this one. I've got pretty much a workload going on anyway with the other stuff that I have going on. There we are. And then I'll just dull coat it here in about, I don't know, 20 minutes. And I'll unmask it and then I'll put it all together because it's like 4 screws in the bottom and he's going to have a new car tomorrow. So there it is. That's the Rust Bucket. The Rust Bucket Challenge. And it's a quick fast. But different rusty one that I have going on. Oh, that's nice. There we are. Different rust bucket that I have going on is I'm working on the trim right now on this one here, which is the Joker. And that is going to be all rusty and nasty too. And I think I'm gonna just keep working on that as a good Mars challenge right there, because this other one is such a quick fast. I don't have to build it. I don't have to. Not really. I don't. Yeah, it's not like a model. I don't. It's a toy. And I'm shipping off. I'm giving him the Vice Grip Garage. What was it? Not Bicentennial, but it was that. Not Challenger. Why am I getting all the wrong information? It is Chevelle, the Independent Chevelle for the 4th of July. And I'm going to give him that too. I hope he doesn't smash them together, but I did take the wheels because I always glue my wheels so they don't roll off the shelf. I learned that when I was 11 years old. Did all this work to these models when I was 11. I come home from school and they rolled off the shelf and many of them broke. And it's like, I don't know, natural catastrophe, maybe here in the heartland, in the cornfields of just south of Chicago. We had an earthquake that only my house had. But anyway, when they were broke, I have glued the wheels ever since. I don't make them roll. So on Independence, I glued them years ago when I built it. And I told Nick that his son can have that one and a Badman that I did. Really cool. I should go grab them real quick to make sure the video is still going. And I'll be right back. Okay, guys. I grabbed these from the shelf. Here we go. I have to close that. All right, let's start with the Independence. I always glue the wheels and I had to make it to where it's a toy. So I use the Dremel, ground it out inside so these have clearance, and then I put stacks of washers in there into the rear end to kind of squish it together. What's good is it was a screw bottom to begin with, so it's really not any real detailed model to begin with. So I use these washers and I use nuts and bolts on them to hold them in. But yeah, that's not going to hold up if you just start wham, wham, wham. So yeah, but it'll make a nice toy for them. And it's perfect in time for the 4th of July. So he's going to like that. Good patriotic car there. But this is, oh, great. Looks like the engine just fell out. Nice. But this one, there, caught it. Reflexes faster than any cat I've ever seen. I talk slow and everything, but my reflexes are so fast. They surprise Tammy all the time. And since she married me, she has it. She's like, well, I caught that plate right off the counter without even looking at it. And I said, you're welcome. But this one here was from 1968. And then I made it. Oh boy, look at that. But yeah, I've got to do something with that engine. I didn't even realize it wasn't done. But this one, I'm going to have to talk to Nick about him putting that up until his 3-year-old gets older to where he can kind of appreciate this one. But yeah, I've had that one done for a long time, and I don't want to touch it because, yeah, it's like Jay Leno, he showed a car and it was like, oh yeah, that's $1 million dust. Well, if it's done over time, it could be $1 million dust on the really rare cars that are barn finds. And yeah, don't wash them off. Don't do anything. Just take it to auction and see what you can cash in on. But with this one here, the Badman was made in 1968, the year I was born, 57 years ago. And this one's badass. It's a badass Badman. So I'm going to give that to him because I really don't have any room in my collection for it. And the shelves are full and I need room for my models. So I always give away a whole bunch of models all the time. So that's that. I haven't got the decals for this yet. And when I do, I'll work on that. And then the Grand Sport that I've been working on for about 2.5, 3 months now. I'm really happy with that. I want to get that one together. I better do something with this soon. What's nice is water cleanup. You just spit on the deal. Voila, it's all done. All I got to do is wipe it off. I wish I would have this when I was a kid out there on the farm because I went through lacquer thinner and everything else with my Testors paint. And really, this works good for what I need it for. But the enamel works the best for everything else. When they switched over to water-based, it took like 25 coats and it was all glurpy, and it's like that went by the wayside fast. I don't know if they thought they were going to make $1 billion off it or what, but they still kept it the same price and it wasn't enamel anymore. But anyway, that was 40 years ago? Something like that. It was a long time ago. The best thing to do is get 50-cent apple barrel. I've had them for years and they work great. I've got tons and tons. I've got them big totes. I've got huge totes filled with them. So I got these here with the Arizona T aluminum and stuff. And oh my goodness. Put that down there. But anyway, here's Another one. These ones are at my disposal like immediately. And what's nice is it's colors that I don't really use. Kermit. Hi ho, Kermit the Frog here. So we got that. Nice. Oh, get those. Let's see. Oh, I lost a rattle can, and it's pretty close to this color. And I need that to start my working on my the Joker. But this stuff here, I'm just going to have to thin it with some rubbing alcohol and some water, and thin it out, put it through the airbrush, and try my luck with that, because I cannot find the color I used on that on Greg Stelzey's, the one that I sent to him. Oh man, 2.5 years ago now. So here we go. Just leave you with that. All right. Move the camera down just a hair. Okay, guys. Have a great 4th of July, a safe 4th of July. Don't blow your fingers off or anything else and have them sewn down to your hand or anything stupid like that going on, because you'll really enjoy it. That's a lot of fun.